In a quiet corner of the night sky, nestled between a sleepy moon and a handful of twinkling stars, lived a very special little bunny named Lumi. Lumi wasn't just any bunny. Her fur shimmered with a soft, gentle glow, like moonlight captured in spun silk. Tonight, like every night, Lumi dreamed of a silver river that sparkled like stardust. This wasn't just any river. It was the Dream River, a magical, shimmering stream where every single drop of water carried a dream from a sleeping child somewhere in the world. Each night, Lumi would follow the shimmering path of light that led from her cozy burrow straight to the river's edge. It was her favorite place in the whole wide universe. She loved watching the little dream bubbles float by, each one a tiny world of wonder. Some bubbles held dreams of flying, of soaring through candy floss clouds. Others held dreams of grand adventures, of discovering hidden treasures on islands made of gingerbread. Lumi would watch for hours, her heart filled with the joy and laughter that echoed from these tiny floating worlds. But tonight, as Lumi reached the familiar gentle curve of the riverbank, a hush had fallen over the water. The usual sparkling stardust glow was gone. The river was dark, still, and silent. The dreams had stopped flowing. "Oh no," Lumi whispered, her glowing ears drooping with worry. Her soft voice was just a puff of air in the vast, quiet night. "If the dreams don't flow," she thought, her little heart thumping, "the world will forget how to dream. Children won't have adventures in their sleep, and the night will lose its magic. This couldn't happen, not on her watch." Driven by a sense of duty, Lumi hopped closer to the water's edge, her paws making no sound on the mossy bank. She peered into the darkness, her glowing fur casting a soft circle of light onto the still water. And then she saw it. Clustered together, stuck between the tall, slender reeds that grew along the bank, were dozens and dozens of tiny dream bubbles. They were trapped, unable to continue their journey. Lumi leaned in, her nose twitching with curiosity. She could see the little scenes playing out inside each captured bubble. In one, a little boy was flying high above his town on a giant paper airplane, his arms outstretched as if to hug the wind. In another, a fluffy golden puppy was playfully chasing falling stars, wagging its tail so hard its whole body wiggled. A third bubble showed a young girl with a paintbrush, dipping it into a palette of moonlight, and painting the moon with brilliant, impossible rainbow colors. These were beautiful, happy dreams, and they were all stuck. Lumi knew she had to do something. The world needed these dreams. She remembered what her grandmother, Luna, had always told her. "Your light, little Lumi, is more than just a glow. It's a piece of the night's magic, meant to be shared." Taking a deep breath to steady her nerves, Lumi closed her eyes and focused all her thoughts on hope, happiness, and the gentle flow of the river. She reached out a soft, glowing paw and dipped it into the cool, dark water. The moment her paw touched the surface, a magical thing happened. Her own gentle glow began to spread out from her touch, like ripples from a pebble tossed into a still pond. A soft, warm light pulsed through the water, one ripple at a time, then another, and another. The light traveled like a whisper, weaving its way through the reeds and around the trapped dream bubbles. It was a light filled with kindness and courage. As Lumi's glow touched them, the dream bubbles began to stir. First, they trembled. Then, they started to spin, slowly at first, and then faster, their colors becoming brighter and more vivid. One by one, they unstuck from the reeds, bobbing gently back into the main current of the river. The little boy on the paper plane soared free, the puppy resumed its chase of the stars, and the girl's rainbow moon shone brightly once more. The dream river began to flow again, carrying its precious cargo downstream. The river's surface came alive, no longer dark but filled with 1,000 moving, glowing points of light. It was as if the stars from the sky had fallen and decided to take a swim. As the dreams flowed, the stars above seemed to notice. They began to twinkle brighter, their light pulsing in a gentle, rhythmic pattern. A soft humming melody filled the air, a sleepy tune that sounded like a lullaby sung by the entire cosmos. It was the sound of magic being restored. Then, a soft, warm voice, like the rustling of ancient leaves, whispered from the sky. It wasn't loud, but Lumi heard it in her heart. "Thank you, little Lumi," the voice sighed contentedly. "Because of your kindness, dreams can flow again. You have reminded the river of its purpose." Lumi looked up, a happy, tired smile on her face. She didn't see who spoke, but she felt the gratitude wrap around her like a warm blanket. She watched as the river of dreams, now a magnificent, shimmering spectacle, flowed gracefully past her. Each bubble that floated by seemed to wink at her, a tiny thank you for setting it free. Exhausted but deeply content, Lumi curled up in a soft patch of moss by the riverbank. The gentle sound of the flowing water was the most beautiful music she had ever heard. As her eyelids grew heavy and the pull of sleep became irresistible, she whispered to the passing dreams, "Good night, little dreams. Travel safely. Bring joy to the children." And as Lumi drifted back into her own sweet sleep, the dream river shimmered on, a silver ribbon of light and hope, carrying the sweetest, most wonderful dreams across the quiet night, all the way to the sleeping children of the world. And in her dreams, Lumi danced with the stars, her own heart glowing just as brightly. Thank you so much for joining me for this peaceful story. I hope it brings you sweet dreams. If you enjoyed our time with Lumi, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more gentle adventures. Good night and sleep well.